Final call, let you do, but I'm going to give $200 got it going on. So let your way, Mary.
She was the quirky star who turned junk into treasure on Storage Wars. But when the spotlight faded, Mary Padian disappeared. Where did she go? And what really happened next? When you think about the cast of Storage Wars, there are a handful of names that instantly come to mind. Barry Weiss, with his rock star swagger. Daryl Sheets, with his bold confidence. Brandy and Jared, with their never-ending banter. And of course, Mary Padian, the young, creative, and bubbly treasure hunter known as the Junkster. Mary wasn't just another buyer, she was different. She didn't walk into an abandoned storage unit looking only for antiques or pricey electronics. She walked in with imagination, where others saw broken tables, rusty drawers, or discarded odds and ends. Mary saw potential. With her crafty eye and artistic spirit, she could turn something dull and forgotten into a stylish statement piece, and that uniqueness made her stand out instantly on the show. But Mary Padian's journey wasn't as simple as showing up on television and becoming famous. Behind her appearances, there's a story of creativity, resilience, personal growth, and decisions that eventually took her away from the spotlight. So today, let's explore what really happened to Mary Padian, from her beginnings, her rise to fame, and where she is now. Early life and background. Mary Padian was born on August 24, 1980 in Dallas, Texas. Growing up in the Lone Star State, she was always surrounded by creativity and a love for design. Her father was in the scrap metal business, and in some ways, you could say Mary inherited his knack for seeing value in things other people might ignore. After high school, she pursued journalism at the University of Texas in Austin. That path may surprise some fans who know her mainly as a furniture flipper, but Mary's early career actually leaned heavily on writing and media. She worked for D Magazine in Dallas before moving to New York City, where she landed a job with Architectural Digest. This period in her life shaped her taste and design skills. Working for a major magazine introduced her to the world of high-end design, style, and decor. Mary wasn't just a collector of junk. She was someone with an eye trained to find beauty in objects and transform them into something special. After gaining valuable experience in New York, Mary returned to Texas and started her own store called Mary's Finds. The idea was simple, yet brilliant. Take discarded furniture, home decor, or even random old items and give them new life. Her shop quickly became known in Dallas for its unique and quirky inventory. People loved how Mary could turn an ordinary, forgotten chair into something chic and stylish, and her vibrant personality made her store more than just a business. It became an extension of who she was. This store would also become the stepping stone that led Mary toward reality television fame. In 2011, A&E launched Storage Wars, Texas, a spin-off of the wildly popular California-based Storage Wars. The show followed the same formula, bidders competing for abandoned storage lockers, hoping to uncover hidden treasures. Mary joined the cast in Season 2 of Storage Wars, Texas, and immediately won fans over with her charm. Unlike some of the more combative personalities on the show, Mary brought a lighthearted, optimistic energy. She was often smiling, cracking jokes, and showing genuine excitement about the items she found. What really set her apart, though, was her creativity. While many of the other buyers were focused on resale value, Mary saw artistic opportunities. A rusty filing cabinet wasn't just scrap, it was a canvas. A cracked table wasn't junk, it was a project. Fans adored this quality because it showed a different side of storage hunting. It wasn't just about money, it was about vision and creativity. And soon enough, Mary became known as the Junkster, the nickname that reflected her unique talent of making something beautiful out of junk. Transition to Storage Wars' main show. When Storage Wars, Texas ended in 2014, after 3 seasons, Mary wasn't done with television. Her popularity had grown so much that producers invited her to join the main Storage Wars series, in California. This was a big leap. The California version had higher stakes, bigger personalities, and more competition. Fans wondered if Mary would be able to hold her own among veteran bidders like Daryl Sheets and Ivy Calvin. But Mary didn't disappoint. She brought the same creativity and fun-loving spirit to the main show, and once again, audiences loved her. Her energy provided a refreshing contrast to the drama and tension that often erupted among other cast members. She wasn't trying to outshout anyone or pick fights. She was just there to enjoy the hunt and bring her own unique style into the mix. By the time Mary appeared on Storage Wars regularly, she had built up a dedicated fan base. Social media lit up whenever she appeared, with people praising her creativity and positivity. Many fans said she was the reason they kept watching, especially as some of the original cast members came and went. Part of Mary's appeal was relatability. She wasn't a millionaire flaunting expensive toys or a loud character stirring up drama. She was approachable. She was the kind of person you could imagine running into at a flea market or antique store, happily chatting about her latest find. And then, just as quickly as she rose in the world of reality TV, Mary seemed to fade away. Fans began to wonder, what happened? Mary Padian's appearances on Storage Wars started to slow down after Season 12. By Season 13, she wasn't a regular cast member anymore. While the show continued with different buyers, Mary chose a quieter path. There was no big scandal, no dramatic exit, and no bitter fallout. Instead, Mary simply decided to step back and focus on her personal life and her own passions. This was consistent with her character. Mary was never really about chasing fame. She didn't join Storage Wars to become a celebrity. She joined because it aligned with her love for finding treasures and repurposing them. So when the time came, she had no problem moving on. After leaving the show, Mary went back to doing what she loved, running Mary's Finds and continuing her passion for design and creative projects. Her online store became her main platform, allowing fans and customers to keep up with her unique items. On her website and social media, Mary shared her love for DIY projects, vintage decor, and curated collections. She wasn't trying to dominate the TV world anymore. She was simply enjoying her craft. Another aspect of Mary's post-TV life is her philanthropy and focus on personal growth. Over the years, she has been involved in various charitable activities and has embraced a lifestyle that reflects her values: creativity, sustainability, and community. To understand Mary's decision, you have to understand her outlook on life. Fame was never her primary goal. From the start, her love was about finding beauty in overlooked objects and turning them into something new. The television platform gave her a chance to share this love with a larger audience, but it didn't change who she was at her core. For many reality stars, the lure of attention becomes addictive. They begin to crave the cameras, the recognition, and the non-stop buzz. But Mary was different. She enjoyed the show, yes, but she also knew that fame could be fleeting and even distracting. Instead of getting caught up in the cycle of needing to stay in the headlines, she embraced the freedom to step back when she felt it was right. This maturity is something fans respected deeply. They realized Mary wasn't disappearing because of a scandal or failure. She was simply choosing a life that made her happier. Mary's Finds. After leaving the main cast of Storage Wars, Mary continued with her shop and brand, Mary's Finds. Though her physical storefront in Dallas eventually closed, she transitioned into online selling and used social media to showcase her projects. Her website became a place where she sold vintage finds, repurposed furniture, and home decor pieces with her signature touch. Loyal fans followed her updates, enjoying glimpses of her creative world. But Mary's Finds wasn't just a business. It was a reflection of her values. She promoted sustainability through repurposing and encouraged people to see potential in second-hand items instead of rushing to buy everything new. This mindset connected with a growing movement of eco-conscious design, making her work more relevant than ever. Unlike many of her castmates, Mary has always been very private about her personal life. She didn't constantly share details about relationships, family, or her day-to-day routine. That mystery made fans even more curious. On social media, she posts selectively, sometimes sharing her travels, her finds, or small glimpses into her life, but never oversharing. In an age where so many public figures put everything online, Mary's selective approach feels refreshing. Some fans speculated that her decision to step away from TV was also influenced by wanting a quieter personal life, away from the scrutiny and pressure of constant cameras. For someone who thrives in creativity and simplicity, that choice makes perfect sense. When Mary stopped appearing regularly on Storage Wars, fans filled comment sections and forums with questions. Where is Mary? Why isn't she on the show anymore? Is she coming back? Her absence was felt because she brought a very different energy to the series. While other cast members sometimes thrived on conflict or competition, Mary brought joy and positivity. Losing that dynamic left the show with a noticeable gap. Many longtime fans openly admitted that Mary was one of their favorite reasons to watch, and her departure made the show less enjoyable for them. Even today, you'll find threads online where people ask about her, showing that her presence truly left a lasting mark. Rumors and speculations. Whenever a TV personality fades from the spotlight, rumors tend to swirl. Some speculated that Mary had health issues, while others suggested she had simply grown tired of the show's drama. A few even believed she might return in later seasons. The truth, however, is far simpler. Mary wasn't forced out, nor did she have any explosive fallout with producers. It was a matter of personal choice. She wanted to live life on her terms, running her business, enjoying her passions, and not being tied down to the constant grind of reality television. Sometimes the real explanation is less dramatic than fans expect, and in Mary's case, that's a good thing. Though Mary Padian may no longer be a regular on Storage Wars, her impact is undeniable. She showed audiences that the world of storage auctions isn't just about quick flips and big money, it's also about creativity and vision. Her legacy is more than just the lockers she won or the profit she made. It's the way she inspired viewers to think differently. People started looking at old furniture and yard sale finds with new eyes. They saw potential where before they might have seen only junk. That kind of inspiration is worth far more than any single treasure discovered in a storage locker. Comparisons to other cast members. When comparing Mary's journey to that of her castmates, the differences are clear. While some like Jared and Brandy became tabloid subjects due to their relationship drama, or Barry Weiss became known for his flashy lifestyle, Mary carved out her own unique path. She wasn't in it for showmanship or the conflict. She was in it for the love of the hunt and the joy of transformation. And that authenticity made her unforgettable. In many ways, Mary's exit also highlights how reality TV fame works. For some, it's a launchpad to a bigger career. For others, it's just one chapter in their lives. Mary chose the latter, and that decision has only strengthened her reputation as someone true to herself. Where she is now. These days, Mary lives a more low-key life. She continues her creative projects, maintains her online presence, and occasionally makes appearances at events connected to antiques, design, or Storage Wars fan gatherings. Every so often, rumors of a return surface, with fans hoping she'll make a guest appearance on Storage Wars. And while she hasn't returned as a main cast member, she has occasionally surprised fans with appearances in later episodes. Those cameos remind everyone why she was so beloved. Her life is also filled with travel, exploration, and a commitment to enjoying the simple things. Mary has often shared photos of her adventures, whether exploring new places or discovering unique finds. She hasn't let fame define her, she's defined her own life instead. The reason people still search for Mary Padian years after she stepped back is simple. She was real. She wasn't putting on an act or trying to be something she wasn't. She was genuine, funny, and inspiring. In the sometimes cutthroat world of reality television, that kind of authenticity stands out. And that's why, even now, fans continue to ask, what really happened to Mary Padian? They care because she made them care, not through scandals or drama, but through creativity and heart. Mary Padian's journey shows us something rare in the world of reality television. Her time on Storage Wars was only one part of her life, and she never allowed the show to completely define who she was. When the cameras stopped rolling and the auctions ended, she carried forward the same creativity and joy that made her stand out in the first place. Mary has occasionally shared her thoughts about her years on the show. She has described it as fun and exciting, an adventure filled with unique people and surprising treasures. Yet she always made it clear that reality television was not her whole identity. She expressed gratitude for the opportunity, but she never gave the impression that she wished she had chased more fame or stayed in the spotlight longer. For Mary, it was enough to enjoy the experience and then move on when the time felt right. Even without weekly appearances on TV, her presence online has kept her connected to her fans. Through her website, Mary's Finds, and her social media accounts, she still shares her love for design, vintage items, and sustainable living. Unlike many public figures who carefully curate a polished image for attention, Mary's updates feel real and personal. She posts when she has something she wants to share, not because she is chasing likes. Fans admire her for this. It is the same authenticity they saw on the show, carried over into her life today. Creativity has always been the thread running through Mary's story. From her early career in design magazines to her Dallas shop, to the lockers she transformed on Storage Wars, she has consistently shown people that imagination can change how we see the world. Where others saw trash, she saw projects. Where others saw broken furniture, she saw possibility. And that vision inspired viewers to look at their own surroundings differently, to find beauty in what they might have once ignored. Her decision to step back from the show also carries a lesson. Reality television often produces larger-than-life characters who fade away once the cameras stop. But Mary's story is remembered because she was always herself. She never pretended to be anything else. She didn't need drama or conflict to be interesting. Her personality and creativity were enough. That honesty is why fans continue to ask about her, long after her last full season. Over the years, she has made a few guest appearances, and every time she returns, fans light up with excitement. Even in short segments, she reminds audiences why she was such a favorite. Whether or not she ever appears again on Storage Wars, her place in the franchise is already secure. People associate her name with warmth, humor, and imagination. Mary represents more than a former reality star. She represents the idea that passion can become a career, that being different is a strength, and that success does not have to mean chasing the spotlight forever. She showed millions of viewers that there is joy in creating something new out of what others cast aside. And she proved that stepping away can be just as powerful as staying visible. Today, she continues to live on her own terms, working on projects that matter to her, traveling, and sharing glimpses of her world with those who care to follow. She has built a life that reflects her values, and she has done it without the need for constant publicity. That in itself is a treasure. Mary Padian's story is not one of scandal, downfall, or forgotten fame. It is the story of someone who embraced opportunity, enjoyed it fully, and then chose happiness and authenticity over endless exposure. From her beginnings in Texas, to her rise on Storage Wars, to her decision to step away, she has remained true to herself. And that is what really happened to Mary Padian. If Mary Padian's story moved you, share this video with other fans, subscribe for more untold journeys, and join us in celebrating the stars who stayed genuine and true.